That, of course, was Gold Standard by Prince, which is, of course, the song we pick out for the interludes when we know we have the next guest on, because he is the gold standard. And let's play his other intro song.
With a Jew like Andy Kindler, you know you can't go wrong. His ancestors wrote the God Bless America song. A true Obama bot, and he believes Obama can never be wrong. Yeah, AndyKindler.com. You made me laugh so hard, I had to write you your own theme song, Andy Kindler.
Yes, the gold standard.
Oh, I thought you said I'm the Jew. I thought you said I'm the Jew standard.
The Jewish gold standard. The gold Jew standard.
But Ron Paul, okay, as they say in cable news, regardless of what you think about the Jews, regardless of what you think about civil rights, Ron Paul was onto something with that, going back to the gold standard. Am I right? Who's with me? Who's with me on this?
Everybody, of course. Everyone is with you on everything. Andy Kindler, I've got a bone to pick with you, buddy.
No, let's not.
I'm sorry to start off that way, but every year you come to New York and perform literally blocks away from me. And I'm in Massachusetts for Thanksgiving, and you never, ever, ever do a Sunday night show. And
I do, but it was in Philadelphia.
Well, I know. I saw that, but I can't go down to Philadelphia.
I like the way that is a weak excuse coming out of the strong family Thanksgiving excuse, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I can't go from Worcester to Philly. It's just too far.
True. That's just crazy, right?
What's going on with that, Andy? Why do you keep doing that?
Well, I don't know. The thing is that neither one of us are Columbo, but I line it up directly with the Thanksgiving holiday.
But why do you got to go to Philly on Sunday? Why don't you stay and do one more show in New York on Sunday?
Oh, that is a very interesting way to embarrass myself. I think a second poorly attended evening.
Oh, so you only want to do one?
No, I would do it.
All right, good. I'm glad we resolved that. Bye-bye.
Thank you. What's in it for me?
Look.
I'm sorry. I guess I charge at the door for it.
I want to. We have a lot of stuff to get to today. I know that we've got. We're gonna play that Mad Doug Collins stuff that you wanted to play. We're going to. Maybe we'll get time for Dennis Miller and.
I find it amazing. That's my favorite pattern. That's my favorite hook line. I find it amazing.
He's mad. He is so mad. Let's start with that, shall we? Here is Doug Collins. This, as you know, Andy, last night, I imagine you watched the whole thing last night, right?
Oh, I did. I mean, I did have to do a couple of errands or something, but I was very angry about it. And
last night...
I mean, having to miss a couple of minutes, yeah.
Just before the vote, Jerry Nadler says, we're gonna recess until tomorrow morning.
This is so great.
We shouldn't have this vote before in the middle of the night. So Doug Collins is mad, and he gets out and he goes out in front of the to do a press conference at I don't know. This must have been at 11:30 at night or something. 11:19, and here he is. He's mad.
And I've been around a lot of political campaigns. I've been around a lot of things that would make you think. But in the midst of impeachment, the chairman just ambushed the entire committee, did not have any consultation with the ranking member telling us we're going to have votes at 10 a.m. in the morning. I guess they didn't think enough today of spreading their very paper-thin impeachment process for over 12 to 14 hours was enough. So tonight, without consulting the ranking member, without consulting anyone, schedules of anybody be put out there. We're scheduling this at 10 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. The integrity level of this committee has been, the chairman's integrity is gone. His staff is gone. This was the most Bush League thing I have seen forever. And if the American people wondered about this impeachment anymore, they don't have to wonder anymore. They saw what happened right here tonight, because this committee is more concerned about getting it on TV in the morning than it was finishing its job tonight and letting the members go home. Words cannot describe how inappropriate this was, how I have been saying for the whole year how this committee is just simply rumshotting the rules of this House, and this proves it tonight. They do not care about rules.
Words
they have
cannot
one thing,
describe,
their hatred of
have
Donald
some
Trump,
words.
and this showed it tonight because they want to shine into these cameras, get prettied up, and then vote and make it all happen. This was the most, I'm just beyond words at this point, but it shows their lack of integrity in this process and the lack of case that they have. For them to actually come out here to defend this is the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Now, Andy, I know you are not a legislative expert, but
I'm just a simple country lawyer, as you know.
How is holding the vote the next day at 10 a.m. as opposed to literally like midnight on a Thursday, how is that an example that your case is weak? How is that an example that you're afraid to take that vote?
Well, yeah, just the idea that the next morning everybody's going to be, prime time. It's prime time at 10 a.m. in the morning. But I just realized that he does sound like he wants to be Andy Griffith, but he is as if like the face from the crowd character was Andy Griffith.
Yes. Now, for our youngins here, Andy Griffith, usually when you think of Andy Griffith, you think of the Andy Griffith Show, where he was a nice country sheriff. And, he didn't have to deal with much crime. And it was just like Aunt Mabel was there and he had a
And you loved his accent. You loved his, that's the thing. People think I'm making fun of the South when I say, like his voice sounds like a drawl on a chalkboard. But I like a good Southern accent. That's Andy Griffith. That's what he wishes. He would like to be folksy.
Exactly. But then he did a movie, Faces in the Crowd, which is basically like, I don't know, knocking off Donald Trump in many respects, or Glenn Beck. And,
yeah, exactly.
And then his Southern accent is a little bit more evil in it. And that is sort of Doug Collins-y. Here he is. Collins is not done. He claims he was done, but he was not done. He was mad. This is at just like 3 minutes later, which is weird because he said I'm done. I'm speechless. I guess he wasn't.
I have to change my flight. I can't talk any longer. I have to go change my goddamn flight.
And the chairman have no comment and just sort of go, this is the problem. This is why people don't like us. This crap like this is why people are having such a terrible opinion of Congress. What Chairman Nadler just did and his staff and the rest of the majority who sat there quietly and said nothing. This is why they don't like us, because they know it's all about games. They know it's all about these TV screens. And the chairman.
So again, I want to remind people what he's complaining about is that they took a recess at 11:15 at night to hold the vote to impeach the president during the day when people could actually be aware of it. And that's why people hate Congress, because they're so transparent. And they're doing it in front of people.
Nadler really did an amazing job, though, because it would be like Nadler just decided, like, okay, are you striking the last word? Yeah, please proceed. Please. He gave him all the rope till they went so late,
Yes, it's true. And I they were mad because I think they must have been planning to really push the idea that this was done in the dead of night.
Right. And where are they going to the Battle of the Bulge? Or who's going to the battle? Who's flying off? The Republicans wanted to fly off to some kind of World War II event.
I wasn't aware of that, but I guess they're really mad. Like they have events they want to attend to that have as opposed to deal with the impeachment vote, because that happens, I don't know, once every 30 or 40 years in the modern era. Really, I guess once every 75 years in terms of our history.
But it didn't bother him making fun of that Hunter Biden's crack use was brought up. That didn't upset
Yeah, Matt Gaetz was pretty classy. Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, that didn't bother Doug Collins, who was an insult to the name Doug Collins, who I believe was a very good basketball player.
He was
and a good announcer too.
Bulls coach
And a good
too, back
announcer.
in the Jordan era, if I'm not mistaken.
He should be able to call himself Doug Collins.
I agree.
Well, maybe you can get something going with that, Andy. All right, but Andy.